So picture this. You've decided to take on the nearly 2,200-mile journey up the Appalachian Trail, and you find yourself here at the Tennessee-North Carolina state line up here at Newfound Gap. Now, you know Gatlinburg's just down the road, but what do you do? Now, I could tell you, or you could hear from a fellow thru hiker.
I'm Gretchen Pardon, trail name Braids, and I hiked the Appalachian Trail in 2020. So in 2019, I think the obsession has sort of taken over me, and I'd really intended to try to plan a hike when I retired, but at that time I was 45, and years just seemed to be going by really fast, and my thought became, what if something happens later in life and I don't get that opportunity? So just something sort of bubbled up in me, and I decided to go ahead and start saving money for a hike and see where it took me. So I spent a year saving, and 2020 kind of came, and I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this chance and fulfill my dream. So that's what I did. I got everything in order, and I headed down to Springer Mountain, Georgia, and I started my hike on February the 20th of 2020. So I made it to Newfound Gap. That was March the 16th. My husband was here.
You made it to Newfound Gap!
It was just awesome to have to come up the trail and see all these people just standing there in the cold and cheering me on. So I decided to spend a couple of days in Gatlinburg. Well, I was very fortunate that I had a friend who took me into town.
It's so warm. It feels so good.
From what I know from talking to other hikers on the trail, Newfound Gap is a really good area for people to pick you up, and that'll take you, even though it's like 11 miles to get into Gatlinburg, there's always someone who's willing to take you into town. There's usually always someone going back.
Holy crap. This is luxury.
I ended up staying at the Appy Lodge, which is kind of all based off the Appalachian Trail. It's really nice.
Pine Knob.
I love going into town. When you're on a thru hike, man, going into town is just, it's
pretty nasty.
It's such a treat. And I think just Gatlinburg is really a cool town to go into. There's plenty of places to eat, plenty of stuff to do if you want to do. You just kind of have a whole different perspective. You know, when you're out in the woods all the time, it's a nice change.
All right, we have came down to the NOC here in Gatlinburg.
So when I went to the NOC, the manager went over like all of these benefits that thru hikers have when they stop in there. They'll store their packs while they're in town if they needed to. They have showers. They can do a whole mailing packages, or you can pick up your resupply if you do resupply there.
Oh, hey, how are you?
When I went there, NOC was just they cater so much to the thru hikers.
Just because we're going to take care of our hiking community.
They're right at the edge of Gatlinburg, and that's also a good place to get picked up too. Like if you need to get a ride back to the trail, that's a good area for people to bring you up. So there's so much for a thru hiker in Gatlinburg. I think sometimes they don't realize. It's easy to see it as it's just a destination for people just visiting, but it's really a great thru hiker town too.
You can follow Gretchen's hike in full on YouTube at Hiking with Braids, and you can find more information about all the places to eat, stay, and play at gatlinburg.com. Until next time, the mountains are calling. Let's answer together.